Well, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Feeling Smarter. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Tim Miller, who is here with me in Melbourne. So welcome, Tim.
Thank you, Aaron. Always a pleasure to join you, both in person and even online.
That's absolutely. Well, today we're going to be continuing on our discussion of insurance as part of our upcoming SMSF insurance masterclass. But today we're going to focus on disability superannuation benefits. Specifically, we know that we have temporary incapacity, circumstances where someone may be unable to work for a period of time, but we also have disability benefits that may come about through a TPD claim. So I might just get you to sort of intro the topic and some of the things that we need to be contemplating.
Yeah, so look, I guess a couple of the key things is one, an understanding and appreciation that we have our conditions of release from a SIS point of view, which gives us access to super, and they are slightly different, particularly in the permanent capacity area, to the definition of a disability benefit and the requirements to be able to access the various tax concessions that are linked to it. So what you need to have an appreciation for when we have disability involved with superannuation is the level of disability. So is something temporary in nature, or is something more permanent in nature? And then from that, what sort of access that gives you to your superannuation benefit. So A, what is the condition? And B, what is your accessibility once the condition and the term of the condition is known?
Yeah, so the difference here when we think about temporary incapacity is that the claim that is being undertaken and therefore the income stream that is being paid is really a kind of a look-through payment, for the sake of a better word. We need to document the way in which that temporary incapacity income stream will be paid, but ultimately there is as part of the premiums that are being paid by that individual, there will be a return of monies that will flow from the insurance company into the fund and then to the individual as an income stream.
Well, yeah, that's basically it. I mean, realistically, what we're talking about is you're away from work on a temporary basis due to your illness, and you have insurance that will cover that, right? But that insurance is paid to the super fund as the owner of the policy, and then the super fund is effectively on paying that to you as the member. But then the likelihood is that you will return to work, and at which stage the insurance will stop being paid, and you'll return to your normal income.
Yeah, so there is, with the inclusion of it in the SMSF, there is some of those additional steps that we need to look at around the fact that it is a formalised income stream, not a superannuation income stream, but an income stream that needs to be paid. So how does that then look different when we get to permanent incapacity?
Yeah, so permanent incapacity, well, there's a number of ways that it looks different, but the primary difference is that permanent incapacity is a condition of release with nil cashing restriction. So it gives us access to our money, and we can take that money in either the form of a disability superannuation income stream, which is like an account-based pension, or we can take a disability superannuation lump sum, and both of them come with varying tax benefits subject to your age, and obviously whether you choose pension or lump sum.
And therefore, we would need to work through a methodology as well around how the various components, use the word unpack, I guess, as a result of the lump sum that is paid to the superannuation fund as a result of that disability.
Yeah, that's right. And so realistically, what happens with disability, particularly from a lump sum point of view, is if somebody is receiving that payment and they're receiving it prior to age 60, even if they're receiving it after age 60, but 60 is that non-assessable, non-exempt income age, but you actually get this calculation modification of an individual's tax-free component. So, there's a process to go through to uplift the tax-free amount of the payment, which lessens the tax burden on somebody who's under preservation age when they access their money via disability. And in the pension sense, they don't get that uplift, but they get a rebate to save 15% tax on their marginal tax rate.
Yeah, and I guess as you mentioned there, similarly in the context of the SMSF, the fact that someone has the right to take an income stream, we would need to document that process. If someone naturally meets the requirements to take that as a lump sum on the basis that the cashing conditions have been met, then we need to look at the age of the individual and the relevant taxing points, including registrations for PAYG withholding and so on and so forth.
All of those things. And the key thing, as I sort of alluded to earlier, is that under SIS law, the condition of release for permanent incapacity is that the trustee must be satisfied of the capacity and an inability to work as such. Whereas to get the tax benefits, the associated tax benefits, well, not only does the trustee need to be satisfied, but the regulator also needs to be satisfied, and you need to provide additional medical support, which of course, it's better to have that in the first instance before you as trustee make a decision in your fund.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, these, I guess, Tim, are just some of the things that we're going to be deep diving into as part of our upcoming SMSF Masterclass on Tuesday, the 12th of November, 2024, starting at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So if you want to find out more, go and visit our website, smartersmsf.com/events. Thank you for being a part of this week's session. Probably always, all the sessions, aren't they?
Indeed.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
have a great rest of the week. Take care and bye for now.
See you all.